all the flowers in my beautiful garden in front of me. For you are the flowers of the earth. You come out of nature with the ability to reflect, which the instinctive nature does not have. But this ability to reflect is really the spirit in the animal that you are. For we're all animals, and we must not forget that. We bleed like the other creatures, like the tree bleeds sap, which is its blood. We bleed blood like the other creatures. We mustn't forget that. And we also must not forget that we are spirit, truth that has come down and that's coming down every moment and has created this beautiful body and the beautiful nature that truth brings with it, to remind us of the wonder and beauty of this passing earth, or the earth that we all pass through. You are spirit, but spirit cannot be named. No good trying to name spirit. The intelligence of spirit is so swift that it can't be measured, named. It's unspeakable, and yet it's in you. It is your very essence. You must not forget that. So when you put spirit into an animal which fundamentally is there to create more animals of its own species, when you put the self-reflection in there, you get the self-reflection usually in the beginning on experience. And so your mind, which is the reflector, in the first instance reflects on your experience, which is your past, for all experience is past. And so if you reflect on your past, you get a reflection of the past, and the past is ignorance. It served its purpose when the past was now, which it was serving its purpose now. But as soon as it's past, it has no value in it whatever. So I suggest you reflect as little as possible on the past, unless you have to go into your memory for some practical reason. That's what it's there for. So when you put the spirit, which is the reflective capability, the intelligence even of your awareness, the intelligence of your ego, the intelligence of your mind, and the intelligence that the emotions seem to have, that is all reflective of the spirit that you are, this unnameable, everlasting, greater than immortal thing that is your very essence. But when you put it into a human body that is made to reproduce its own species, you get reflection on sex. And instead of the instinctive being moved by the instinctive need to make love between the male and female principles, which are the only principles here until they are marred by men and women's minds, when you get that, you get sex. Reflection on that, you get sex, the drive of sex. So the movement of reflection on the past eventually will make you reflect on the sex in you, because that is the fundamental need of every creature. Apart from living, it lives to reproduce. Now, the more that you start to live the spiritual life, which I have endeavored to impart to you over these 16 days, the more you come to the point of reflecting on something that is greater or that is behind the animal, that is behind the intelligence of the ego, which is behind the intelligence of the awareness, which is behind or was the intelligence of the emotion. When the emotion was gathered in the moment of now, there was intelligence in it. But there's no intelligence in it now except a very pale reflection of intelligence. So, in the spiritual life, you start to reflect on something that is real, because nothing here is real. Nothing. It cannot be real because everything dies, everything passes away. Even this moment passes away, and yet it's always now. So now does not pass away while you are alive. Like now. Now is not passing. Time is passing. Any reference that takes now and reflects on the past, the last minute, that is time, that makes time, and that's imprisonment. Only now is free. And you can only be now the more you reflect on something that is invisible, something that can't be described, something that's greater than anything that you can name. Now, what is that I have mentioned? Spirit. Your very essence. You reflect on your very essence, which is nothing to speak of, but everything to be. But it's not an object. So you can't say, I'm being spirit. You can't say that because that's making an object of being spirit. And you can't do that. That's a misconception if you ever say that. And you can't say, I'm being love, because that's making an object of love, and love is not an object. Love is a state. Another word for spirit, which is unnameable. And yet, in the moment now, every moment now, there is love. For the truth is coming down and reproducing every instant. The truth, which is the agency of the Spirit, is reproducing every instant your body, my body, your life, this nature. What science will never be able to grasp is that everything is being recreated, made new, and yet along the same line that it is following now. And where's the Spirit in that? The Spirit is in the space between the instants in which everything is recreated now. Well, you wouldn't even get a credit card in that space, would you? You wouldn't get anything into that space, but that's the Spirit. And when you realize what I'm talking about, which is quite impossible but possible in the Spirit, you are that space between the creation every instant. And so instead of reflecting on the past, I suggest that you reflect on the essence that you are, this unnameable, unspeakable state of being that we go into here. But don't objectify it, please. And don't let your mind try to give you a commentary of what's going on, because your mind is always in the past, always behind now. And its favorite pastime, even in the spiritual life, is to give you a commentary of what you are doing now. But it's always behind. So it says, well, that's good. You've got it now. I've got it now. It calls itself I. I've got it now. Oh, it's disappeared now. This is a commentary by an ignorance, by a self that is all composed of past. And you know that. You've heard the commentary. Oh, that's good. Oh, I've lost it. I've lost it. Every time you say you've lost it, it's because yourself is there. It's a favorite saying of the Christian religion. When the Spirit is upon me. It's not when the Spirit is upon you. The Spirit is always there inside of you. It's when you are there for the Spirit. Now. When you leave me, for I am Spirit speaking to you. When you leave me, you then are yourself. But that's all right. You have to leave me because the mind of man and woman made this world, and it made a world of distance, of time. And so time and distance is always pressing on you from the past to separate you from me. And I want you to know, I want you to know from me, to have the knowledge from me. Don't try to remember it, just have the knowledge because it is going into you. That when you hear that this body has died, be still. I have not left you. I am always with you unto death, and even beyond that. This truth that has been speaking to you all these days and been with you, that you have seen embodied and speaking such mysteries that are not mysteries because you can hear them, because they are of your very, very essence and nature, true nature. I love you. I love you. I am this truth, embodied, speaking with you now. Or I could not speak as I do. And you must see that. And if you go to a master, any master, and it does not matter if you go to a master because you hear the truth he speaks, then he will only say everything that I have said, but he can't do that because I am master. I am the only master, although that would seem to be arrogant. But I am more realized than any other master on earth, for I am an ordinary man, you see. I'm not pretentious. How could anyone called Barry Long be anything but normal, ordinary? That's part of the masquerade of the truth I am.